Hey everybody, I hope and pray that you're doing well. Today, we come to our word from the Word. And today that word is promotion. Promotion. Now, we're not talking about you moving up the ladder there at work or your job or whatever the case may be. No, this is what are you promoting? And I mentioned this yesterday, and as we're moving into Proverbs chapter 12 today, it's a simple verse, as many of these are, just simple thoughts, just kind of almost sitting by themselves there, that I wonder what we're promoting. You know, in our world today, there's all kinds of commercials, and I mean, you can't get on your phone without seeing ads, and you know, even that little favorite game you like to play is probably full of ads, and no matter what TV show you may be watching, it's always going to have some commercials. I mean, even when you go to see a movie, you got to sit through, a bunch of advertisements for a bunch of other movies first, and we think about that our life is like bombarded with advertisements trying to get us to focus on all these other things. And it's like, okay, well, because you're interested in this, you know, now we're going to get your focus moved over here. I love how the ads will work on your phone and everything else. Is you go to Google search one thing, and the next thing you know, you get back on your social media, and now all your ads, or even with your games, all your ads have something to do with what you searched for. It's like they're listening, and we know Big Brother, right, is out there listening. Who cares if they're listening? God is always listening. God always knows. So that's just a side note there. Now, as we think about the promotion that we're talking about today, Proverbs chapter 12, if you look at verse 20, look at what it says. It says, deceit is in the heart of those who devise evil, but counselors of peace have joy. Counselors of peace have joy. So there again, kind of like yesterday, are you pursuing righteousness? Or are you pursuing evil? Today, is it that you're promoting evil? Are you promoting deceit? And you think about even just gossip and the way that we treat others. A lot of this covered through these chapters of Proverbs. I encourage you to read every chapter as we go along this week. But you think about it, is even as we spread gossip and lies, and not just, well, lies would be slander, but gossip, spreading a secret that we should be able to keep in confidence if it's been told to us in confidence. And slander, as we talk about people incorrectly and we are spreading lies. Well, what are we doing? Are we promoting turmoil? Are we promoting peace? And you say, now, wait a minute, if I'm spreading the gospel, that's promoting turmoil. That's promoting a division. Yes, it is. But you think about the heart of the matter. Are you sharing the gospel just so you'll stir up the pot? Are you sharing the gospel because you want people to have peace with God? And you say, no, that's a play on the words. Well, it is, but it's not. I mean, yes, if somebody comes against God, there's not going to be peace. But if our heart's desire is truly for them to know Him, not because we want to be right and man, they're really arrogant and I want to stir up the pot and get into an argument about God and why I'm right and why they're wrong, you're probably coming at it from the wrong angle. But if your goal and your heart is telling you, look, I want this person to experience what I have with God. Now you might not agree, but you're not promoting turmoil. You're promoting peace, specifically peace with God. Now, it's not just in spreading the gospel. You think about how as counselors of peace, it says counselors of peace have joy. You think about it, how many people, when they stir up strife, they're not joyful people. They're typically hateful people. They're typically arrogant. They're typically really harsh. They're typically looking for the wrong in everything, looking for an error in everybody's ways. Whereas those who are promoting peace instead are looking for the positive, looking for the good things, looking for the silver lining, as it were. Now, I wonder, what are we looking for? And not only what are we looking for, yesterday, what are we looking after? What are we pursuing? But today, what are you promoting? I mean, what is it like if people have a conversation with you, right? If they have a 5-minute conversation with you, there's going to be a 30-second advertisement pop up in there somewhere, whether you realize it or not. Somewhere in that conversation, you can either advise them, you can have that kind of pop up of, hey, well, when I was in church the other day and we were reading in God's word, and here's what God's word says, or hey, God says this in the Bible, and we can kind of have an advertisement of God's word that could promote peace. Or we can even give that advertisement of things that we've done wrong. And we may even be promoting evil. Well, I remember this one time somebody did something to me. Man, I got back to them, and this is what you ought to do. You see how quickly, right there in the middle of our conversation, now we're giving advertisements. We're giving promotions. But the question is simply, who are you promoting today? Are you promoting God? Or are you promoting Satan? Because that's it. We're either promoting evil with Satan or we're promoting peace. And that's the peace of God. Something to think about today. God bless you. And I pray you have a great, great day.